Remember when your social media feed was absolutely overflowing with those wild, almost unbelievable ads? $1 tactical flashlights, $20 wedding dresses, and gadgets you never knew existed, each one more bizarre than the last. It felt like every scroll brought a new jaw-dropping deal, and you couldn't help but wonder, who actually buys this stuff? Wish.com took online shopping and flipped it on its head. Instead of the polished, predictable experience you get on Amazon, Wish made every visit feel like a digital treasure hunt. You never knew what you'd find. Sometimes it was a hidden gem, other times it was just plain weird. It wasn't Amazon, it was more like wandering through a massive global flea market, but from the comfort of your couch. The thrill wasn't just in the low prices, but in the sheer randomness of it all. You could stumble on a knockoff designer bag, a questionable beauty gadget, or a t-shirt with a hilariously mistranslated slogan. Millions of people got hooked. Browsing Wish became a pastime, a way to kill time and share the most ridiculous finds with friends. Screenshots of the weirdest products went viral, sparking group chats and endless memes. For a while, Wish wasn't just a shopping app, it was a cultural phenomenon. It became a meme, a game, and for a brief moment, the most downloaded shopping app in the world. Everyone wanted to see what crazy thing they'd find next. But fast forward to today, and Wish is barely a blip on the radar. The app that once dominated your feed has faded into obscurity, its icon gathering digital dust on forgotten phones. The endless stream of wild viral ads has dried up. Most people have deleted the app, and those who check back are greeted by poor reviews and a sense that the magic is gone. So what happened? How did a viral e-commerce empire that once seemed unstoppable collapse so quickly and so completely? The very things that made Wish famous, those unbelievable deals, the endless variety, the thrill of the unknown, were also the seeds of its downfall. Cheap prices often meant cheap quality, and the excitement of the hunt was replaced by disappointment when orders arrived late, or not at all. This is the story of a Silicon Valley unicorn that soared to incredible heights, only to crash back down to earth. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when a company chases explosive growth at the expense of everything else. Because in the end, it all comes down to trust. When customers lose faith, when they feel tricked or let down, no amount of viral marketing can save you. Wish's journey from viral sensation to warning signs started with one radical idea. But as we'll see, even the wildest success stories can unravel just as quickly as they began. Wish's story begins with Pyotr Shulchevsky, a quiet but fiercely driven engineer whose obsession with data set him apart even at Google. While others focused on building brands or chasing the next big trend, Pyotr was fascinated by the patterns hidden in billions of clicks and searches. He saw the internet not just as a tool, but as a vast ocean of human desire, one that could be mapped, predicted, and ultimately harnessed. For Pyotr, it wasn't about brand loyalty or flashy marketing. He believed that if you could truly understand what people wanted even before they knew it themselves, you could build something revolutionary. He pored over data, searching for clues about what made people click, what made them buy, and what kept them coming back. After leaving Google, Pyotr founded Context Logic, a company built on the idea that data could anticipate user interest with uncanny accuracy. He assembled a small, scrappy team of engineers and data scientists, all united by a single mission: to decode the secret language of online shopping. What Pyotr noticed was simple, but profound. E-commerce giants were ignoring a massive audience. Shoppers who cared less about speed or brand names, and more about the thrill of discovery and the satisfaction of a bargain. These were people who loved to browse, to hunt for deals, to be surprised by what they found. Pyotr wanted to recreate the feeling of wandering through a bustling mall, where every turn could reveal something unexpected and affordable. Shopping, he believed, should be fun. A digital treasure hunt, not a sterile search for a specific item. His vision was radical: connect Western consumers directly to Chinese manufacturers, cutting out the middlemen and slashing prices to levels that seemed almost too good to be true. Suddenly, shoppers could access a global marketplace from their phones, with deals that felt like secrets only they had discovered. But the real breakthrough was in the algorithm. Wish didn't just show you random products, it learned your tastes, your habits, and your quirks. The more you browsed, the smarter it got, flooding your feed with irresistible bargains tailored just for you. Click on a fishing lure once and suddenly your app transformed into a fisherman's paradise, overflowing with rods, reels, and tackle boxes. Every tap, every scroll, every purchase made the experience more personal, more addictive. Wish wasn't about building a luxury brand or cultivating exclusivity, it was about maximizing engagement, turning every moment of boredom into a potential purchase and every user into a deal hunter. The goal was simple but ambitious: make the app so engaging and the prices so jaw-droppingly low that users would forgive slow shipping times and even questionable product quality. The thrill of the deal was the real product. Pyotr wasn't trying to build the next Nordstrom or Amazon. He was building a global, mobile-first dollar store, one that fit in your pocket and never closed. It was a bold, data-driven vision, one that challenged everything people thought they knew about online shopping. Piotr's approach was analytical, relentless, and always focused on the numbers. And for a while, it worked better than anyone could have imagined. Wish's growth was explosive, its user base skyrocketing as millions of shoppers around the world got hooked on the thrill of the hunt. With every download, every deal, and every delighted user, Wish was on the verge of becoming a global phenomenon, ready to explode onto the world stage. Wish's secret weapon? Relentless, unforgettable digital ads. The company carpet-bombed Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat with weird, meme-worthy products, shoes with corncobs, jawline shapers, shirts with hilariously bad English. These ads were designed to make you stop and laugh. The goal wasn't to sell that item, but to hook your curiosity. Once you clicked, Wish's algorithm pulled you into a rabbit hole of endless cheap oddities. The ads themselves went viral, screenshotted, shared, and memed across the internet. Wish leaned into its reputation as the weird, cheap stuff app, competing for your attention, not your trust. The result? Explosive growth. The app's addictive feed and viral marketing turned it into a global juggernaut. Wish wasn't just growing, it was dominating. This data-fueled marketing machine set the stage for its Wall Street debut, but the cracks were already forming. By 2018, Wish was a global phenomenon. Over 100 million users, millions of daily orders, and the most downloaded shopping app in dozens of countries. Investors took notice, and the hype built toward a massive IPO. In December 2020, Wish went public at a $14 billion valuation. Early employees and investors cashed in, and for a moment, Wish stood with the giants of tech. But the celebration was short-lived. Wall Street wanted more than downloads. They wanted profits and stability. On IPO day, the stock price started to fall. Investors began to question the fundamentals. Could Wish turn viral growth into a sustainable business? The cracks hidden by hypergrowth were now exposed. The pressure was on, and Wish's weaknesses were about to be laid bare. The fall had begun. Wish's business model was built for scale, not quality. From the very beginning, the company prioritized rapid expansion and low prices over careful curation or product standards. The goal was to create a massive, bustling marketplace where anyone could sell almost anything, as long as it was cheap and could attract clicks. Wish didn't hold inventory or vet products. It simply connected buyers to thousands of merchants, mostly in China, who listed their goods directly. This hands-off approach meant that virtually anyone could become a seller overnight, flooding the site with millions of listings, each promising unbelievable deals. The result? A marketplace where quality was a gamble. Shopping on Wish felt like spinning a roulette wheel. Sometimes you'd score a hidden gem, but more often, you'd end up with something completely different from what you expected. For every cheap gadget that worked, there were countless disappointments. Wrong sizes, flimsy materials, dead-on-arrival electronics. Customers would eagerly await their packages only to be let down by products that looked nothing like the photos or broke within days. What I ordered versus what I got became a viral meme, usually at Wish's expense. Social media feeds filled up with hilarious, sometimes heartbreaking side-by-side photos of expectations shattered by reality. At first, customers shrugged off the risk. After all, it was only a few bucks. The thrill of scoring a deal, even if it was a long shot, kept people coming back for more. The low prices made disappointment feel less painful, almost like a game. But as complaints piled up, the fun faded. The novelty of cheap surprises wore off, replaced by frustration and anger as more buyers realized they'd wasted their money. YouTube and TikTok were soon flooded with wish haul videos, exposing the platform's shoddy products for laughs. Influencers and everyday shoppers alike turned their disappointing purchases into viral content, racking up millions of views and cementing Wish's reputation as a punchline. The brand's reputation shifted from quirky to scammy. What started as a fun, low-stakes shopping experiment became a cautionary tale about the dangers of buying blindly online. Wish tried to fix things with reviews and ratings, but these were easily gamed. Sellers could inflate their own scores, and fake reviews became just another part of the ecosystem, making it even harder for buyers to know what to trust. The sheer volume of sellers made real oversight impossible. With millions of products and thousands of merchants, Wish simply couldn't keep up with the chaos it had created. The platform was optimized for growth, not trust. Every new seller and every new listing meant more revenue, but also more risk for buyers. Bad actors thrived, and customer confidence crumbled. As scams and counterfeit goods multiplied, even loyal users began to abandon the platform. The foundation of any marketplace, trust, was eroding fast. Without it, even the best deals couldn't keep people coming back. Wish's viral success was now its biggest liability, as the chaos it unleashed threatened to bring the whole platform crashing down. Slow shipping was another disaster. Most products shipped from China, taking weeks or months to arrive, if they arrived at all. Tracking was unreliable, returns were a nightmare, and refunds were slow. Worse, Wish became a haven for counterfeits and unsafe goods. Fake AirPods, toxic cosmetics, dangerous electronics. Legal trouble and safety scandals piled up, further destroying trust. The model that fueled Wish's rise was now driving customers and regulators away. Regulators couldn't ignore Wish's problems any longer. In Europe, agencies found many Wish products failed basic safety standards. The biggest blow came from France, which banned Wish from search engines and app stores for selling dangerous goods. Suddenly, Wish was cut off from a major market. Other countries launched investigations and the threat of more bans loomed. Wish's growth at all costs model was now a liability. The company scrambled to improve compliance, but the damage was done. Costs soared, reputation tanked, and the business model looked unsustainable. The regulatory crackdown was the final straw. Wish's unraveling was now public and irreversible. The fallout was brutal. After its $14 billion IPO, Wish's stock lost over 90% of its value in 2 years. Revenue shrank, users fled, and layoffs followed. Founder Pyotr Shulchevsky stepped down as CEO. New competitors like Shein and Temu learned from Wish's mistakes, offering better quality and logistics. Wish lost its users, its reputation, and its place in the market. The app's downloads plummeted, and its bizarre ads vanished. Once a viral sensation, Wish became a cautionary tale. The dream of disrupting e-commerce was over. Wish faded into obscurity, a ghost of its former self. Wish's story is a warning for every tech company chasing growth. Viral marketing and massive downloads mean nothing without trust and quality. Wish hacked user acquisition but failed to deliver a good experience. You can trick a customer once, but you can't build a business on disappointment. Competitors like Shein and Temu prove the model can work, if you invest in logistics and reliability. Wish is now trying to rebuild, focusing on quality and shipping. But is it too late? In e-commerce, second chances are rare. For many, Wish is now synonymous with scams and disappointment. Would you give it another shot, or is that trust gone forever? Let me know in the comments.